Okay, so hi again, everyone. Welcome to another webinar from Jaltes. Today, we are going to talk about diagnostic of material handling equipment. We will go through different steps. We will discuss a bit of the issues of the industry, problems in the market, and we will introduce the new member of our family, Jaltes MHE. My name is Alejandro, Alex, and without more uh, delay, let's start. First of all, this is what we will check today, our new Jaltes MHE module, why MHE is different, coverage and special functions for the different machinery. We also will cover that is it's the same, different, um, the same. Okay, and how can we start with Jaltes? Cables on Jaltes MHE, and also the conclusions. So Jaltes MHE. Jaltes Jaltes for material handling equipment is the newest and latest module of the Jaltes family. As you may already know, until now we had coverage on commercial vehicles, agricultural vehicles, off-highway vehicles, and also marine, all the way from um, vessels to stationary engines, inboard, outboard. So yes, with Jaltes MHE, we are looking with this module. We are trying to bring light to the abandoned material handling equipment industry. For many years, we've seen mechanics, retail companies, even OEM distributors is struggling with diagnosis, repairs, maintenance on all the material handling equipment machinery. For this reason, we've developed a complete tool, the only in the market right now, that will allow the user to perform diagnostics and all type of repairs on this kind of machinery. This tool, as the rest of our line, includes technical information and many things that we will see right away. In this module, we have three basic lines or three kind of vehicles. We have forklifts. We touch gas forklifts, diesel forklifts, electrical forklifts, all the way through engines, hydraulics, and powertrain, everything. We also have lift platforms. As we see before, later, we have some special functions for this. Many of them works through testers. So many times people doesn't really know how to work with them. All of that's included on Jaltest, and also telehandlers with all the kind of calibrations like overload calibrations and joystick calibration, all of them. In this module, we includes more than 40 makes and over 690 models. For now, as you know, we have 3 updates per year, so we are developing every day. We have a new team. We have here in Cojali, we have over 250 engineers working on the develop of our tools, and we just have a new. We just put together a new team for this module. Of course, we touch the main brands like Toyota, Hisser, Genin, Skyjack, or GLG. And of course, we have cover for all of that. But what is Jaltes MHE? What is Jaltes? Well, Jaltes is an advanced diagnostic tool that won't only allow us to read and clear fault codes, but also will give us extra information and guided repairs. Um, all our tools or our modules works with proprietary info. So we have dealer level coverage. And for this special module, we will have some new functionalities that we will check after. Of course, we have bidirectional tests when we can change parameters, do system checks, see, do maintenance, regents, resets, live measurements. We also will have, but we don't do just diagnostics. We go beyond that. As I explained before, we have all the technical information you may need to do the repair or the maintenance on your equipment. We have components technical data, wire diagrams, fuse diagrams, whole system diagrams, and machinery data for the machinery's maintenance and the service. But why MHE is more? Well, with this new module, we are trying to get farther. That's why we have some new technical releases for connection. Um, um, we have, for example, in this particular module, we have 3 different connectors for the different systems, and we have a whole release explaining how it works, what we have to do if we want to connect, for example, to the powertrain and to the vehicle, to the hydraulics, everything. This means that more connectors won't be a problem. But what else do we got? Well, as I explained before, we have developed new functions like a tester. In the material handling equipment industry, many of the machines, many of the equipment goes through testers. They don't work as usual. They don't work as standard diagnostics. So we have for a JLG and Howlett, we've developed this special thing that will allow us to navigate through the screen and do diagnostic on it. With this and the information that the screen will give us, maybe not enough. That's why we've created manual diagnostics. Pressing here, we will go to this search bar where we can put the code that appears in our screen, and it will give us all the information related with that code, what means that we won't have to go back to those manuals, to other parties information, to anything like that. We will have everything included in our software. But what we cover, let's go to the main point. What functions or what special functions we have in our machines? Well, of course, we cover engines. As you may know, we have a huge variety of engines on all our different modules. We will be able to perform particular filter generations, inject coding, PRBs resets, everything you may expect to find in an engine. With these new machines, we bring something new: powertrains and electricity. Well, powertrains, as you may know, includes inverters, motor, batteries, all of that. And we will be able, with our tool, we will be able to read and clear this kind of workloads. Also, we will be able to calibrate the trolley body. So to adjust the speed, also the steering, we will be able to change the speed parameters. We will be able to see measurements like the temperatures, load speeds, download speeds, everything, charge on the motors, everything. But what's on it for the 3 different kind of machinery we explained at the beginning? Well, from from the from the on the forklift side, I explained before, we will be able to do diagnostics on diesel, gas, and electric machines, and we will be able to perform some special functionalities like tilt angle calibration, joystick calibration, drive modes. As you may know, on material handling equipment, where we have modes like echo, performance, that will change the speeds and all of that. And also we will be able to do hydraulics configuration. Many times on machinery and this kind of machinery in the basic configuration uh, doesn't really have all the hydraulics controls that we may like. And if the ECU supported with Jaltest, we will be able to do this calibration and add some more hydraulics to do some special functions or all of this. What will we find on telehandlers? Well, of course, we will have boom angle calibrations. We will be able to do maintenance, do calibration on the joystick, do regions. And as we may know, some components sometimes, some safety components get wear over the time. For example, the load cell sensor is something really, really specific for this kind of machinery. And when it wears out, it won't allow us to load, to do the full load. It will do like a ban or some kind of restriction over the weight we will be able to lift, and all of this will go through and to do this we need to do a calibration of the cell. So the process is really interesting. You can find a case study in our webpage if you want further information. And last but to keep going on, for last but not least, we have lift platforms. As I explained before, this usually goes through tester. We have the functionalities we saw before with the test on the screen that will allow us to do the full process without needing of external tools or more extra technical information. As you may know, all depends if you are new with Jaltest or you are an old client and you already know our tool. One of our principles is that we want to make things easy for the end user. So with these new capabilities, with these new functions, coverage, we didn't want to lose our layout, our way to do things. So this is what you will find in Jaltest, in MHE. This is our main screen. As we can see here, we have our commercial vehicle license, agricultural license, or highway license, a marine license. And of course, this will work as usual as all our modules work. First, we will have the machinery. Once we go on it, we will have this screen. This screen we can find three main areas. First of all, the whole selection of our brands. We have 42 brands for this module. Our search bar where we can find our latest routes, go back, or bin numbers. And we have our shortcuts. Well, once we know we use this kind of vehicles, we just click on it and it will appear here in the middle. Once we go in one of them, we will have this screen. In this case, we are going to do calibration on the tilt angle of a Linde 386. But let's go back to the software and see what we'll find. Here we'll find all our technical information, followed by all the families and series, and then the different modules that we can connect. In this case, we connect to the 386, and then we'll have all the um, modules where we can connect with families, diagrams, technical information. We have the power module, the cluster, the instrument cluster, hydraulic systems, transmissions, power modules. Once there, we are going to perform a calibration in the hydraulic system. So we go in and it will show us the connection, which cables we will need to do it, where the connector is located, how it is, how it looks. And once we click on connect, we will go to the main diagnostic screen. Here we will find diagnostics, inject clearance, system data, measurements, parameters, calibrations, data recording. Once we go in calibrations, we see the options we have for this specific module. What we got? Control levels. As I explained before, we are able to do calibration on the joysticks, and also mass title angle sensors. We will go to the mass title angle, and then it will show us the basic information we need to know in order to perform this action. It will ask to raise the implement to the middle position, failure mass, all of these. It will also show us which joystick we need to use and in order to calibrate some specific information that we cannot have any errors on the systems and all of this, or at least not related with this code, with this action. And once there, we click in the check button and we go to the next step. Next step will be initial conditions. Here, the software will give us specific conditions our machines needs to meet in order to be able to perform this um, this calibration. First, machine operating, parking activated, accelerator pedal released, mass control level in neutral position, and also will show us here if we are meeting the different requirements and if they are okay. Once everything is okay, we go through the next click button to the next step, and they will ask us to start the process. To do so, we have to move the control level until the mast reach the maximum position backward in the T angle. Once we are in that point, we click in the check button again, and then it will ask us to go all the way to the forward position. Once we have this done, it will keep telling us to continue the process, click again, and then it will give us some information. In this case, the calibration process is being completed. The process are now will show, and then the result is being it's that the process has finished. Once there, we are ready to go. So you may be thinking, okay, I like it. How do I get started with this? Because what will this allow me? Well, in this moment we have two scenarios: that you are not a Jaltest user and you are purchasing Jaltest for the first time, or that you are already a Jaltest user, so you need to upgrade or you need to get going forward. So let's check the first situation where I'm completely new at Jaltest and I need a point to start. Well, how to order this? We have created a Jalten MHE kit with the part number 701049 that will include our B9 link kit that it contains our link USB, also our hard case, 9-pin connector, 6-pin connector, OBD connector, and multi-pin connector. So you will be able to connect to all of those connectors, that even if you don't to any connector, even if you don't have it. And also includes our software activation, that is you have to pay it once, and then your year license. Your year license includes all our technical information, also includes our 3 updates. We do 3 updates per year. With my new modules and all of that. So this is included on it. And that will be your starting point. What if I'm already a user of Jaltest? Well, if you are a user of hardware or AGB, of agricultural modules, you are lucky, because these new modules, the Jaltest MHE, will be included until the renewals to 22.1, our first version next year. If you are on commercial vehicles or marine, you will need to contact your dealer. If you have any problem with it, or you don't know exactly who he is, you can contact us and we will help you to relocate or tell you where to go. And he will inform you of all the upgrade process and all the different things you may need to know. In Jaltest, we have different cables from different connections, and if you are not sure which is your cable or what you need, you just can refer to your dealer and he will explain to you. But with all the modules, new modules, a new cover, a new machinery, we bring to the market new cables. The first one, with the reference 523, will be for Jungheinrich machinery. With the reference 522, it will be the Lind diagnostic cable. This one is for the CAN system, and also we have the reference 524 for the Linde 4 pins diagnostic cable. This will allow us to connect to the CAN systems. But this is not all the cables. Of course, we have cables from before, but we've done a selection of those for you. With the reference 7000 2021, we have an MHE cable set that will include the 505, the Cat Perkins connector, the 504, the Deutsch, and also the 523, the Kubota. These 3 connectors will allow you to connect to most of your vehicles, most of the material handling equipment vehicles, and it will allow us to do all that performance, all that calibrations. Of course, we have a big, larger variety of connectors that you can ask your dealer to get. So in conclusion, what we are looking with Jaltest for material handling equipment is to fill that gap that is right now in the market, that makes people a lot of time to go through OEM and even through OEM, and many times even OEMs to go to third parties for maintenance, like in engines and things like that. And we have created a tool, one tool for all your needs, that will allow you to prepare what you want when you want, and will make you to be on front, ahead of your competitors. It will increase the number of makes you will be able to cover, and also expand your business. So thank you very much for your attention. Here you can find our contact details in case you need any support, you have any further question, and I will be here for a few more minutes answering your questions. Thank you very much, and welcome to the Yaltas family.